hot mess.
Okay, I have 7 o'clock. Meeting to order. Let roll call show that all councilors are present. And our chiefs are Don, Todd, and Steve. Please rise if you're able.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are in order. Welcome, everybody. First order of business will be additions or deletions to the agenda. Anybody have anything? Yeah. Okay,
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
have the motion,
I'll second.
have a second. One more chance to add. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. We will move on to the consent agenda. Pretty lengthy agenda. I didn't see anything for myself. Anybody else have anything they want to pull?
I wanted to just briefly discuss 3.16.
Did you want 3.1 over that? Okay. Did you want to, something quick and simple, or do you want to pull it?
Let's pull it. I don't know if it'll be, I assume it'll be quick, but just in case.
Is it gotta be new business that goes?
Yes,
Bring it
Mr.
over.
Mayor. Let's put it as 6.05.
Okay.
We'll address that the first item then.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
Nope.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda, moving 3.16 down to 6.05.
Have a motion?
Second?
And a second. Anything else? Not, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries. So, we have open forum. Speaker is allowed 3 minutes. We do not discuss legal matters, and we need your name and address if you wish to speak. Being nobody, we shall move on. There is no old business. So, go ahead, Nick.
Sure. So, just my brief stay as liaison on planning commission so far, I've just been wondering in terms of how we're like deciding when we go through approving like new businesses or new plots of land to be different things. Is there like a larger strategy as to what we're hoping to kind of bring into the community or have developed? There's always like, when people ask what's in Princeton, it's like, oh, car sales, pizza places, bars, churches. Do we have like a larger strategy that we've worked on in the past of like what we're trying to bring in or kind of where we want to put things? I know there's the like use map and all of that, but.
So the city has a zoning map and a land use plan map. So the zoning map is currently what businesses can go into a specific area. Then there's standards and permitted businesses and conditional businesses that can go in those districts automatically. There's a land use map, which is also a comprehensive plan, which gives you kind of the vision of what we'd like to see in those areas. Do we solicit businesses? Most often cities will get business inquiries, and that's a lot of times how businesses end up coming into the city. We don't really have a exact science on how to solicit businesses. I mean, you know, everybody wants Chipotle. Well, Chipotle has to want to come here, you know, it's, so there's mechanisms in place to guide what businesses, where businesses can be located. But I'm not sure if I'm completely answering your question.
Yeah, I think it's just hoping to generally converse about like where we're wanting to go as a community. Not a knock on the gentleman running the auto sales out there, but correct me if I'm wrong, he's kind of on 95, he had that original space next to Odgers,
Mhm.
and then now he has the Odgers one.
Correct.
Is there has he submitted like a plan for how much growth he's looking to do within the community? And do we have any concerns about like impacts if there's like unrestricted growth in that direction on other auto sales that aren't independent sellers within the space? And then I also had concerns about regulations. I know the city doesn't itself regulate the background checks on them, but they're limited to at least a year they have to be there. But let's say there's like a bunch of lemons and someone's predatory that's in there that he didn't expect. And then they just kind of take off and start a new business and then rejoin, that kind of thing. Is there any way that we could maybe be overseeing or shepherding to make sure that there's protections?
So I can answer the business side of it. So in our zoning districts, we have permitted and conditional uses. I can't tell one business that's permitted that they can't be there if it's a permitted use, whether there's one or two or three or four. State statute doesn't allow us to do that once it's become a permitted use. The other question, I will have to look to
Sure.
the attorney, because I don't know the answer to that question.
And I don't know the answer to the question off the top of my head, so I'm gonna actually have to do some researching, and I can shoot Michelle an email, she can pass that answer on to you.
Yeah, it's a pretty limited requirements for independent sales in that kind of capacity that the state has set up. You need to do the background check and apply, and he helps them become a licensed auto sales. And from there, not so much.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, you are correct. State licensure and regulation really front end loaded, nothing in the way of supervision beyond that. But
Right.
I'll get some more information.
yeah, if there's anything, I mean, the only other thing I saw that we could do is charge fees or something, and that's not what I wanna do. That's not, I don't wanna just add more fees on people, but yeah, just any information we can get, I think it would be helpful. I mean, not, like I said, not specifically him, but what if that becomes like someone else comes in doing something similar, or what have other communities experienced with similar situations because it's relatively new, like a cannabis dispensary, we're kind of new waters figuring it out. Just make sure we can do our best to try and protect folks.
Anything else?
Not for me.
You would like to approve that item?
Yeah, I
Or make a
don't,
motion?
yeah, do we need a motion for,
Well, you pulled it off, so it has to be acted on.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just move to acknowledge the information from the planning commission meeting of,
okay, yeah. So I motion to acknowledge the information provided by the planning commission in regard to the site plan approval for parking lot expansion. Do you want me to read the PID?
no, we're good.
Okay.
That's second.
Motion second, any more input? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so that carries. Move on to 6.1, resolution 26-25,
Yes,
donation, oh, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, they just dropped off a check for $25 to donate to the cemetery in memory of Helen Stay.
Okay. I guess that just goes into a general fund, I would imagine, a cemetery fund of some kind, or? Okay, we'll need action to accept that donation.
I'll make a motion to accept the donation from Kenneth and Carol Roloff for Oak Knoll Cemetery in memory of Helen Stay.
Have a motion,
I'll second.
have a second. Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Move on to 6.2, special event permit for Princeton Ice Arena Youth Hockey Association, June 3rd and 4th. Must have something to do with the Rum River Festival.
Mr. Mayor, Laurel is here to answer any questions that the council may have. It has been reviewed by staff. And Stacy will help me remember, I believe we have it signed off by all of the related department heads. And I believe Laurel met with Chief Frederick. Because you, as part of the consent agenda, I believe we approved a temporary intoxicating liquor permit for the same event, so.
And it's not June 3rd, it's just June 4th.
Okay.
But we have the stuff for the All City Reunion. I don't know if we have to do something for that or if they did it on the 6th though.
Yeah, that was part of the chamber's approval.
Okay, perfect then. So it's just for us, it's just the 4th.
So it's only June 4th.
Correct.
Right after the parade.
Is that Friday then, or?
No,
Thursday.
it's the
It's a
Thursday.
Thursday, right after the parade.
Oh, right after the parade?
Yep, so
Oh,
just
okay.
pull your float on in and come.
Okay. So, anything else?
I just had a question just for our process. When, like on the application, it says include various permits, like if you're selling liquor, whatever license you have for that. But then we don't necessarily see that in the packet. Do we just, like, you said you checked with different departments, so it's good, there's not anything missing for me? Okay, just wondering.
Yeah, we have an internal process. When we receive special event permits, they usually get submitted to Shauna. And then she routes them to police, fire, public works, community development, myself. And typically we take a look at it first at a department head meeting, which, we meet every Monday to talk about various departmental issues and share information. And then sometimes, depending upon that review, we might call in the applicant and kind of go over some issues that we see that they might need to make some modifications or things that they need to address from a public safety standpoint. And all that happens before it comes to the council. So
Okay.
we have a fairly informal yet rigorous process.
Anybody else?
The document is named PYSBA.
Oh, okay.
Just sort of individually if you want.
Which one? Oh,
It should be the
Yep.
PHY, I think.
oh, yeah.
Okay, that's just a, tell them grammatical correction, whatever.
Yep, that's all that is.
Okay, anybody else?
I'll make a motion to approve the special event permit for the Princeton Ice Arena, Princeton Youth Hockey Association for June 4th, block party.
We have a motion, second. Anybody else, anything? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries. Move on, 6.3, special event for Princeton Panthers Baseball Day in Princeton on July 9th.
John is here. So again, this was reviewed by staff, and we saw no need for additional special conditions, and we would recommend that you approve the permit for the July 9th baseball day.
Will that be similar to last year without Channel 9 probably?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Oh,
yep. I
there you go.
can answer any questions.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
Are you Dan?
I am.
Okay, my apologies.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
The only thing I'd like to add, I don't know if everybody noticed it, but at the bottom, the last page of the application,
Yep.
they're asking us to waive the $50 application fee. I don't know that we want to get in the habit of doing that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, we seem to be kind of flip-flopping whether or not, and so I have concerns about.
Well, The ones that we've approved have typically been the Chamber of Commerce for the Rum River Festival.
And that's kind of a
Because
partnership.
it's a, yeah, it's a partnership and it's a city event.
Mhm.
But I think people see that and maybe ask, but I don't know.
You
There's a
know,
lot of work that goes into,
well, the motion will have to be without the application fee waiver, right?
I don't think we got a motion.
No, we don't yet, but that's what it'll have to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'd just like to discuss further in the future who we would do that for, or if we want to continue doing that in the future. Because I worry if we start picking certain groups outside of like that partnership and not others, that might not
that's
go.
what I'm saying, it opens up
Yeah.
a can of worms.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of work that is involved in going through these applications and approving them.
Mhm.
So we have to keep that in mind.
Anybody else?
I will make the motion to approve the special event for Princeton Panthers Baseball Day in Princeton, July 9th.
To not waive the application.
And to not waive the application fee.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Anybody else? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Move on to this one here. Big long agenda, I don't want to get out of place. 6.4, special event for Princeton Youth Softball and Baseball Association Tiger Classic Baseball Tournament. And that is June 26th to the 28th.
Michelle's here, yay. Haven't seen her in a while, so I don't recognize her. So again, this is a special event, permit application. We again reviewed this. We did not have any concerns. They are handling trash and in a way that Public Works will be able to pick it up once the tournament's done. So we would recommend that the council approve the permit.
And that's over at Mark Park also.
Yep, it is. It's gonna be a busy summer.
Put it there for
700 people.
good to see. So, anybody else have anything further? Any questions? There's somebody here.
Nothing for me.
Great, I will make a motion to approve the special event for Princeton Youth Softball and Baseball Association Tiger Classic Baseball Tournament, June 26th to the 28th.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Anything further? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries. We'll move on to 6.5. That's some wine and spirits grant requests. We'll start with 6.51. It's 2.5.1. Right Expo. So
Sharon's here.
Good evening, guys. Oops. Before I begin, I wanted to hand out something, besides all of my brochures, but something that I was put together before we get to the grant, that I was asked to do for the City of Princeton School District, which shows where our commitment is with the city and with our students right here in town. Anyhow, I wanted to quick read this. Princeton High School student Preston Mai has been awarded a prestigious $12,000 flight training scholarship through our EIA 237 and the Ray Foundation out of Anoka County, Minnesota. Princeton's journey toward aviation began several years ago. Through curiosity and determination, he started asking questions of former Princeton student Owen Larson, who also received a $4,000 scholarship from EIA Chapter 237 and the Ray Foundation in 2020. Owen, one of the original students in Flight Expo's Build-A-Plane program, and the third student in the program To earn his private pilot certificate, encouraged Preston to take the next step and connect with Flight Expo President Sharon Sandberg. Nearly a year before turning 16, Preston reached out with questions about learning to fly. A year later, Preston and his parents met at the Flight Expo hangar to discuss his goals, the pathway to becoming a pilot, and what courses to focus on in school and to prepare for aviation opportunities. Preston enrolled in the Flight Expo's all-inclusive Cessna 150 flight training package and began working toward his dream of becoming a pilot. Earlier this year, when scholarship coordinators asked for strong candidates, Preston was encouraged to apply, which I also, because of my partnership with EAA, I was able to encourage him as well as encourage the person that was making the decision. Along with 2 other students, after completing the application and interview process, Preston was selected as the recipient. This achievement also brings the story full circle for the Princeton Public Schools. Preston is now the 4th student from the district to receive the EAA 237 Ray Foundation Scholarship, joining Charlie Ellenson, Owen Larson, JJ Runn, and now Preston Mai. Jolie Lewis received a $500 scholarship from Flight Expo. Preston's success highlights what can happen when students combine curiosity, hard work, mentorship, and the opportunities available right here in Princeton. And then I did add pictures of him. The reason why I thought that would be good for you guys is because I know the grant that I asked for is for instruments for the aircraft. And what we have been finding, we've already lost 3 students because we do not have an upgraded IFR instrument rated aircraft. We've gotten the pilots all the way through private pilot, and what happens is they need to go on to another facility. By getting their IFR or their instrument rated, that's the next step to becoming a commercial pilot. And this grant helps us. We already have money slotted for the instruments. We've already received some donations that are in-kind donations. People have gotten rid of older instruments, and we're trying to upgrade the aircraft so it's a solid aircraft, and it also is instrument rated to keep our kids here and flying. The other thing, the caveat, after I wrote this grant, Flight Expo just submitted their paperwork for an FAA Part 141, which means that we will also be able to combine all of our training with colleges and have our students be able to actually, if they're in a PSEO program, or even after high school, continue on to college and stay in our program right here in Princeton. Questions?
Anybody have any questions for Sharon, or should we, how about staff? Does staff have a recommendation, or are you leaving that to us?
So, Damien wrote a memo to analyze each of the 3 grants for the council for their consideration. As you know, we adopted revised policies to make sure that we were complying with the statutory authority that we have for public expenditure and grant submissions and awarding. So the question that, so this, out of the 3 grant applications that we have before us this evening, this is the one that Damien had issues trying to connect to a clearly defined public purpose. The concern is that it's a fairly narrow use of funds, and it's geared towards a fairly narrow segment of the population. Now the council could grant either part of or all of the request, but the funds would need to be utilized more to, say, for example, promoting the city, and not necessarily purchasing the instruments, so they probably would have to do some shuffling of their budgets. It's similar to our condition when we granted the East Central Minnesota Chorale their grant award. They had wanted to utilize it for salaries, which we can't do, and so we conditioned their grant award on promotion and providing us opportunities that the chorale would be actually in the city, within the city limits or the zip code area. So, did I summarize that sufficiently enough?
Yeah, I believe so. And if the council were to be of the mind to approve something, I think we would need to, and I don't know if this is something that could be articulated right here and now, because I think they would probably need to figure out what they can do, but if it's gonna fall in line of promotion of the city and advertising, we're gonna wanna make sure that we actually have advertising or something that clearly shows that it's the city of Princeton that's supporting this program in some form or fashion. I don't know if that would be, I don't know what that would
So
be.
maybe we have her come back with that.
Would you like a complete, because we always have details on the aircraft. Do you want to do an aircraft? Or the other thing that we are getting funding for right now is we have a 53-foot semi we're decking out that will be brought around to different schools, and it is more of a hands-on trade, and putting logos on that and advertising that. The other thing is we partner with the Lions Group completely by bringing out all of our aircraft and having that experience out there, but we could do wide range. Tell me the direction you would like me to go. I can pivot whichever direction.
When you say different schools, do you mean within this district or other districts?
We actually partner with we have a 50-mile radius, and we partner with approximately 16 different school districts.
Mhm.
We have students from Buffalo, Malacca, Becker, Big Lake, Monticello, Albertville we've had in. So we partner with a lot of different school districts, and we would be taking the semi out for kids to actually get exposed to aviation and doing a hands-on project within the trailer. And that actually will be happening this summer.
But there you're getting out of the Princeton.
Correct,
area,
but you're advertising Princeton.
Not that mean,
but
but
I-
you're explaining to me that what
Right,
you're doing.
and
is
that's why with the grant with the aircraft, it helps keep our kids right here in the city of Princeton and bringing them here to learn.
You know, there's a lot to absorb just in a.
Yep.
In this forum here, I guess I would recommend that we maybe table it and have Sharon sit with Damien or you or whoever, and maybe fine tune
Well,
it.
Damien did Damien and I can meet with Sharon and figure out,
Kind of fine tune it.
kind of fine tune their application so that it better fits the intent of the public expenditure requirements.
And the other part of it, quite honestly, we have limited funds that we can distribute, and that's getting up there.
Right.
We're getting close to the end of the funds.
The other thing, Sharon, I would add is if this is benefiting kids from all those other areas, possibly looking to them to help.
Oh, we are.
With some of the funding.
We are. I mean, we've been already out knocking on doors. So it isn't just here. We are talking to a lot of different areas. But this is our main focus right here, especially since we're putting up the 60 by 70 hangar and putting all of the aircraft underneath one roof, which is a big thing, which means they have to come here to fly. It isn't where we're taking our aircraft someplace else. They
Yeah,
actually
so
are coming.
Those
here.
students you're talking to in other districts may come here and participate.
They travel
so
here
their
to-
parents might have lunch here and.
Right, and actually, we've had a few of them that have actually looked at the school district here versus staying in their current school district. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we have to take action on it.
Make a motion to table the Flight Expo grant request.
We want What's that time limit, we'll just, whenever they're ready to bring it back, I guess, that,
We
Do you wanna
will
put a
bring it
time
back as soon as is practicable.
is that fairly easy?
Yeah.
Dave, did you get that word shot?
There's a second.
Second, Dave. Anything else? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries. Kinship. Is the next one?
Oh, that's me. I don't
Many
have
hats.
anything fun things to hand out though. I mean, I support the grant by getting alcohol, but I don't have anything to hand out. So I'm actually doing both kinship and the ice arena at the same time. So the kinship is for our Middle Mentors program, which started last year, and it targets those kiddos that kind of have fallen through the web, that don't have high enough needs to get a lot of services, but are kind of getting missed, and we want to make sure we catch them and give them some good social settings and groups and a positive adult mentor, and also just social situations. And so this year is already over. That ended in the end of April. And so next year we're looking to extend it a little bit longer and start it earlier. Right now it's just been going January, through April. So next year they're looking to extend it. And so Bobby Benner, the middle school counselor, will be taking over running it now that I am not the director there anymore. So, yeah. But it's a really fun program, and the kids really enjoyed it, and they all get to go to the Science Museum at the end. And this year we had enough tickets to be able to offer to their families also, which was a lot of fun for them.
And the one question we have here is, do you have other funding sources from the high school or middle school, I'm sorry?
Nope. So Bobby volunteers and does it, and the middle school lets us use the space for free after school.
In kind.
In kind, yep. So we don't get any financial support from them. We pay for and provide everything, all the games and the products and the food. Have you ever seen a middle schooler eat? Oh my goodness, I ran out of snacks after the third time and I was like, oh my gosh. So yes, so we provide all of that. They provide us a space.
I don't know if that was the question that came up in the legal
Yeah.
opinion. Put you on the spot, Damien.
Oh, no, that was a question that I guess I had, was whether or not there were other funding sources that were available to you to seek any additional financial assistance. I don't recall off the top of my head for your application, this $1,000 accounts for what percent of the budget for the program?
Just about all of it. So last year I put in and received a grant from another source for 500 that did not carry us through this year. So then when I was presented with the option for this grant, I applied for 1,000 for the upcoming year to be able to extend it also. So I'm not the director anymore. I was resigned at the end of March, but I said I would finish this and I joined the board because no one else knows how to do it. So I will not be applying for any other funding for it.
Are you aware if there is additional funding sources that we're taking over?
I have not applied for any, so then there wouldn't be any coming in additional specific for that, if that makes sense. I'm sure then the budget wise, they can rearrange some from where they budgeted things out last year, but we don't have any additional coming in specified for that one.
Well, excuse me. Laurel, do you know if they're going to do the pumpkin chunking?
No, I just emailed you actually.
Oh, okay.
So I am not taking on pumpkin chunking this year.
No.
If the board decides as a whole that they're going to do it, which I don't think they will, then we won't be doing it. So I had messaged you saying I'll let you know on Friday, and then I can share all my stuff with the fairgrounds for it.
That was an event that we hosted at the fairgrounds that was also used as a source of funds, fundraising for the group.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't really have anything, anybody else?
So, do you mean the science museum trip, that wouldn't be covered?
I think that is a bit of a stretch.
We get free tickets through Tickets for Kids for the Science Museum. The only thing it helped pay for was meals and being able to make sure that everybody had a ride. Last year is what we did from kinship that we paid for.
But the majority of the funding, if I understand correctly, is designed to purchase snacks, water, games, projects, things like that that are
Yep.
designed to be used here by the
Yep.
students.
Yep, at the middle school, so.
So I mean, from my perspective, from a legal standpoint, I'm not concerned.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, could it just be that we're saying, use it for the lunches, water, snacks, everything else, maybe not gas?
Yeah, yes, if you want to specifically indicate that the funds, that whatever funding amount you want to
Yep.
ultimately choose to grant is limited to be used for, purchase of food, beverage, games, projects, things like that, to be utilized by its members here during the program, but not for any extraneous field trips or anything like that.
Right.
That's fine.
Yep, I would like to say that.
Okay. Just that, okay.
That is a motion to approve with all the verbiage, yes, with the verbiage that they mean.
You pay me by the dollar, by the word.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion and second to approve the donation request. Any more comments, input? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries. Well, thank you,
I
Mark.
invite you all to come be mentors too at Middle Mentors if you would like. We're always needing more mentors to come in
That's a
for
great
the
program.
kiddos.
Yes.
It is, it's a really fun program. And we've had kids that'll see it, how fun it is, and they'll join halfway through. They'll be like, what is going on here? And so then we end up getting more and more kids through the year, the season of it. So it's a lot, I think it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Well, you're up again.
I'm up again, I'll just stay here. I'll just stay here.
So this is the third and final request, Princeton Ice Arena Youth Hockey.
So I took on a new job, which is why I left kinship, as the community engagement coordinator for the hockey arena. So I don't necessarily work for the youth hockey, I work for the arena. So we are working on, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with, the school has a contract with us for obviously hockey's for the sport. But part of their contract is that they are allowed to use it for free during the day, the arena, the space. And so I was talking with everybody at the schools and I was like, did you know this? And most people had no idea. So then I was like, why aren't we using it more? And so I was like, our DAPE classes and our special ed classes should come over and be using this space as something that, they don't have to have skates, they can wear their shoes. But in order to do that, we do have to get some safety equipment and adaptive equipment to be able to offer that. And also to be able to offer it to kids who might need that adaptive equipment. So one of the things that I was asking for in the grant was I would like to purchase skate pushers. So they actually hook up to wheelchairs and then two of them stack together so adults or teenagers can use them at the same time. So they're kind of a triple purpose. Also I can put logos on the front. I was thinking about car like Abra, so when there's crashes, or like the city of Princeton or insurance companies, would be kind of fun to put on the front of them. But they're much more solid. Right now we're using folding chairs, which I don't know if you've ever learned to skate with a folding chair, but it's not super great. So these would it's a more smooth, it's a U shape. It's just something to really expand what we're able to offer at the arena to more people and get more people out on the ice and more just to include everybody so that everybody can do it. I don't know if you guys have any questions about the skate pushers or the adaptive equipment that I'm trying to expand.
And that was the one, would be, that the grant be specific to what you're asking for.
Yep, so I sent in the quote I got from the skate helper company. So, because I asked for the budget and I was like, I didn't really have a budget, I just have the total they told me. So that's what I sent in to Shauna, so.
Anybody else have anything?
Again, I would just recommend if it's of the mindset of the council to grant anything, that again, it be tied or directed specifically towards the purchase and maintenance of that adaptive equipment.
Right. And that,
Yep, so then the schools can use it for free during the days, and we can also offer it for Learn to Skate programs and our Skate It Forward, and our Might programs, Tiny Tigers. So.
okay.
Or if an adult wants to come learn how to skate.
Anybody else?
I will make a motion to approve the Wine and Spirits grant request for Princeton Ice Arena / youth hockey for purchasing that adaptive equipment.
We have a motion,
I'll second.
we have a second. Anything else? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that one carries.
Mr. Mayor, before we move on to the next item, can I take a 2-minute recess? I need to talk to Azure real quick about an item that was previously on the agenda, but got yanked.
We are recessed
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
for 2 minutes.
Have that throw it up there on
Yeah, we're this month.
I mean, I'm specifically, yes.
No, if I looked at my phone, I would have
Yeah, we'll do that.
Why do I have a message? Everyone knows where I am.
Just look different than I know.
Usually you see it all the time.
Pretty good response.
Because we are here to down.
If we do end up to. Must have just got started. That's what they're having with lightning strikes. Right. Time to start to take it easy. Yeah, we're doing like raffles right now, and then the other fundraisers are play baseball.
I don't remember if there was anything in between the last meeting. I don't think there was anything. Yeah. Luckily, I was here.
Right now, it's,
Yeah.
we're looking to maybe donate to baseball or
Okay.
softball.
I can
It's
ask
maybe
her
part
around.
of it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Mhm.
Is
So.
that the one past the bleachers?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's been a while, around for a
It
while.
has been there for a while, so we're doing something completely different, but I don't need it anymore, so.
Sure. I'll ask her around and get in touch with you or Missy.
Yep, you can contact us, yeah.
Sweet. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks. It's only been a
We got it figured out. That's exactly what I'm going with. All right, thank you for the indulgence, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Do you want to move the place, or am I just messing me up, Michelle? Okay, we're at 6.6, resolution 26-22, and it's a Glass Park donation sponsorship.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Resolution 2622 is a resolution accepting $850 in total sponsorships to hold Splash Park 3 days. I'm going to read the following contributions. Midco Credit Union contributed $300 to offer a free day at the Splash Park on June 23rd. Princeton Ice Arena and Youth Hockey contributed $300 to offer a free day at the Splash Park on August 12th. And Fairview Health contributed $250 to offer a free day at the Splash Park on July 27th. And right now we are up to 16 confirmed sponsorships and 2 pending. I knew that question was gonna come.
Well, that's to commendable. It's, you know, it's not even
Like half?
halfway through May yet, so. Once the weather starts warming
Over
up
half
and people can get,
from last year.
it's been so cold, people didn't think about it last year.
Tomorrow they will.
Okay,
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve accepting the Splash Park sponsorships.
there's a motion, second. Any more discussion? Here now, in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries. We'll move on to, and Stacy, you're gonna hold the show for a while. Looks like we got about 4 items.
Yeah, I am the second half of the agenda tonight. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Before you is Damer's second edition plat. A public hearing was held at the Planning Commission on April 20th for Damer's second edition plat. The public hearing and time for public comment is now closed. The Planning Commission forwarded a recommendation of approval for all items that will be following, and we're going to start with Resolution 2617. So the first resolution approves a comprehensive plan map amendment, which is land use plan from parks and open space to commercial residential mix, and that will just be the area of Block 1 of Damer's second edition. The remainder of it will stay the parks.
Anybody have any questions for Stacy? A lot of legal. I'm gonna use a different word here, but maybe bad will work going on. Whatever she said.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Did we not briefly discuss this at a previous meeting? For the city?
At the planning commission.
Not the planning, but I thought we briefly touched on where the property was and what that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we've done a number of requests, so
Yeah.
back sometime last summer, we did a vacation of a road
Okay.
as part of
I think
this.
that's what that was.
And so, yeah, it's, and probably before that, we, as a staff, we presented, our laundry list of city-owned lots and made a recommendation to the council to start divesting, ourselves of land that we no longer had a purpose for. And so it's been talked about in broad generalities, for various reasons, part of budgeting process,
Yeah,
a road vacation.
Something was in my head, I'm like, I
Yep.
thought you already went through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
obviously
was,
planned.
it was on Ben's recap at the last
That's what I.
yeah.
city council. Like more recently, we did bring it
Yep.
up.
But we
I was gonna
didn't
say, I
approve
know
it.
we did talk about it too, I know I'm trying to.
All right, I'm good now.
Okay.
Like Black and River Bottoms don't make a lot of sense.
No.
Okay, so are we ready for action on that one then, on 6.7.1?
All right, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 26-17. Approving a comprehensive plan map amendment for PID 241960040 for parks and open space and commercial residential mix.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? No. Here now, favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that one carries. So we'll move on, 6.7.2, and that is ordinance number 893. And that'll be amending the zoning map for a portion of the PID. Too long to read.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members.
This will be the first reading.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. This is a continuation, same property. We do have statutory requirements to do certain processes when we rezone, change the comprehensive plans, do plating, things like that. These 4 things are following that process. I know it seems a little cumbersome, but it's all required. So ordinance 893 is amending the zoning map for a portion of this property from floodplain district to B2 neighborhood business district, and this will be the first reading since it's technically an ordinance.
Okay. Anybody, I wouldn't know what to ask, but maybe somebody.
If we're approving this ordinance to change on the zoning map, but it's the first reading, the following resolution, does that need to wait at all if we've only done the first reading on the zoning map?
It can wait if the council would prefer that. By statute, it doesn't have to.
Oh, that's
It's
all.
only first and second reading of ordinances, so
Okay.
I do understand what you're saying, and I could do that. No.
No, I'm good. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't doing anything wrong.
Okay, anybody else?
Make a motion to approve ordinance 893.
And a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Oh, that was also first reading, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, that passes. 6.7.3, this will be resolution 26-18, second edition preliminary plat and final plat.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. This is actually the approval of the actual subdivision of the property. That would be the preliminary and final plat resolution 26-18. Again, the planning commission recommended approval, along with the other items that were on this agenda. If you have any further questions on the division itself, I can answer those.
Any questions for Stacy? No?
Nope. Motion to approve resolution 26-18 approving Damer second edition preliminary and final plat.
That motion?
Second.
In a second, any more discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Well, that one carries. Okay, one more time. 6.7.4, this is for sale of Damer second edition lot.
So all of this work to create this lot now brings us to the memo regarding the possible sale of the Damer second edition lot that we are creating. So I gave a little background in the memo. I can read it out loud in case if people are interested. So the 1.22 acre parcel being created as Damer second edition, which will then be called Lot 1 Block 1 of Damer second edition, is city-owned property that has been prepared for sale as a commercial buildable lot. Staff is seeking council approval for the proposed listing price. I did some research on some surrounding properties, looked at some different valuations in the area, and it looked like some properties that were to the north. One is vacant, that was a 1.5 acre, a little bit bigger lot, was valued at $50,000. The other lot that is just north of it, which is 1.15 acre but has a building on it, the land value was $79,000. Both acreages are very similar to the lot that we're creating, however, both properties do contain more what we call buildable area overall than the proposed lot. Based on the above comparison, or the information that I gathered, staff is recommending a listing price of $40,000.
Okay, any questions for Stacy? Yeah, I guess, you know, it's only worth what it sells for, but you gotta start somewhere, I guess, so. If I'm visualizing this right, they're kind of like woody kind of lots, and need a lot of cleaning up, I
Fines and
suppose.
clearing.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of work involved for whoever purchases it, so.
But it still have value.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is up for city water and sewer there, so, so that's kind of a nice caveat.
Worth a lot, so. Okay. Anybody else?
Nope. Do you need action on that or?
Yes, please.
Okay, so would it be then to approve sale at that price?
So I have a little recommendation at the bottom. If you
Oh.
are in agreement with what I laid out, you could just read that.
Yeah, I can read that. Give me a second here to get back to it. Please, network, stay on while I'm doing this. There we go. Motion to approve a sale price of $40,000 and authorize the property to be listed for sale upon completion and recording of the plat for Damer second edition.
Second.
And that's the listing price, that's not, don't necessarily mean that's what we're gonna end up with, but that's the listing price.
Correct. So any offers that we get in, come back to the city council.
Okay, do we have a
Motion
Did you make a motion? You have a second? Any more questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries. Okay, we're gonna move on to 6.8. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recuse myself from any discussion or input or any action that may or may not happen. I do have one personal comment that I want read into the record. And since I'm gonna recuse myself, Michelle has agreed to read that. So as of now, is it okay if I back out of the way here, or you want me to get out of here, or pretend I'm not here?
What are you comfortable with?
I don't wanna walk in when I have to.
Fair enough.
Up to you guys, I mean, it's up to you guys.
I think you're fine there. So Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we received after the April 23rd city council meeting a letter which was actually received by the council, I believe via email, but there was a request in the letter to correct the public record. So in order to do so, I'm going to read the letter out loud, and then I will read the mayor's statement that he has asked me to read. So this is dated April 27th, 2026. Addressed to Princeton City Council, City of Princeton, 705 2nd Street North, Princeton, Minnesota 55371. Regarding correction of false statements made at the April 23rd, 2026 City Council meeting regarding Larry Deuce. Dear members of the Princeton City Council, I am writing to formally address and correct false statements made by Mayor Jack Edmonds at the April 23rd, 2026 City Council meeting regarding me, Larry Deuce. At that meeting, Mayor Edmonds made statements to the effect that, quote, Larry is telling stories, end quote, and that, quote, Larry was adamant that we be his service, end quote, and that I was, quote, begging, end quote, to get my electrical service from the Princeton Public Utility. Mr. Edmonds also stated that he had spoken with me many times about my company being serviced by the Princeton Public Utility. Those statements are false, misleading, and unfairly characterize both my communications with Mr. Edmonds and my position regarding the Princeton Public Utility's potential acquisition of the electrical grid serving the industrial park. The facts are as follows. During the summer of 2025, Keith Butcher called on me and informed me that the Princeton Public Utility was considering purchasing the electrical grid in the industrial park. I asked Mr. Butcher what would happen to the electric rates if that occurred. Mr. Butcher told me that he expected the rates to stay the same or possibly even be lower than what we were receiving from Conexus. On September 6, 2025, I saw both Keith Butcher and Jack Edmonds at the Public Safety Open House. I sat down and had lunch with them. At that time, I learned that Mr. Edmonds was also on the board of the Princeton Public Utility. Based on the information Mr. Butcher had previously provided to me, specifically that rates were expected to remain the same or possibly decrease, I stated that I thought the acquisition would be a good idea. That was the only conversation I had with Mr. Edmonds about the PUC issue. The next and last time I saw Mr. Edmonds was on January 27, 2026 at the town hall meeting held at the Princeton Public Library. After the meeting ended, I spoke briefly with Mr. Edmonds for a couple of minutes, mainly about politics and the fraud issues in Minnesota that were being exposed at that time. The subject of the PUC did not come up. On March 6, 2026, I met with Brian Brandt, CEO of Conexus at the Silver Corporation office. Mr. Brandt provided a historical record of our billings and discussed what the situation would look like if the Princeton Public Utility were to purchase the electrical grid from Conexus. After reviewing that information, it became clear to me that rates would no doubt increase if the PUC became our electric service provider. Silver Corporation Inc. is not only satisfied with Conexus's rates, but also completely satisfied with the service it receives from Conexus when a service issue arises. Conexus has provided reliable and competent service to Silva, and Silva has serious concerns regarding the level of expertise the Princeton Public Utility would be able to provide if it became Silva's electric service provider. Shortly after my meeting with Mr. Brandt, I spoke with Jenny Gerald about the issue and told her that after gathering and reviewing the relevant information, I was not in favor of the Princeton Public Utility becoming the electric service provider. To be clear, it has been approximately 3 months since I have spoken with Jack Edmonds at all, and it has been more than 7 months since I have spoken with him about the PUC issue. I have not spoken with Mr. Edmonds, quote, many times, end quote, about my company being serviced by the PUC. I was never, quote, adamant that the PUC became my electric service provider. I was never, quote, begging to receive electric service from the PUC. Any favorable comment I made in September 2025 was based solely on the limited information I had been given at that time, namely that rates were expected to stay the same or possibly decrease. Once I received additional information from Conexus showing that rates would likely increase, and after considering Sylva's satisfaction with Conexus's service and expertise, my position changed. Mayor Edmonds' public statements suggesting that I'm, quote, telling stories, end quote, that I was, quote, adamant, end quote, in favor of PUC service, that I was, quote, begging, end quote, end quote, to receive electric service from the PUC, and that he had spoken with me many times about my company being serviced by the PUC are inaccurate and damaging. They falsely imply that I've been inconsistent or dishonest, and they misrepresent the actual communications I had with Mr. Edmonds. I respectfully request that the Princeton City Council correct the public record and that Mayor Edmonds retract or clarify his statements at the next public meeting. Public officials should be careful not to misstate a business owner's position, exaggerate private communications, or publicly attribute statements or conduct to a business owner that are not true, particularly in a public forum and especially on an issue of significant financial importance to businesses in the industrial park. Please include this letter in the official record of the City Council. Sincerely, Larry Deuce, President. The mayor's response in regards to Mr. Deuce's request. I would like to thank Mr. Deuce for his letter stating his position regarding Princeton Public Utilities. At the April 23, 2026 meeting, my statements reflected my understanding of Mr. Deuce's position from conversations in late 2025 and early 2026. I was unaware that Mr. Deuce had received additional information resulting in a change of position. Had I been aware, I would not have spoken in the way that I did. There's no council action required. We're just correcting the record using Mr. Deuce's own words.
Did we have any updates on potentially reaching out through like a survey or getting more data on how people are feeling about the situation? Or are there circumstances where we can't or shouldn't get further involved in trying to figure all of this out?
So at this time, I have not had an opportunity to craft a survey for the council's review. That is still on the list of things of staff's tasks to complete. And I will do that, and I hope perhaps by the next study session or the next regular, actually we'll do it, I'll attempt to do something, provide you something with at the next regular city council meeting, so in 2 weeks. It'll be a draft, the council can provide input as to what other questions that we may have, and then we'll need to work with the chamber and the business, we'll attempt to find as many methods to contact business owners in the affected area as possible.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's still on the list, I just haven't gotten there yet.
Anything council wants me to bring to the utility commission meeting coming up, or any information on what we're doing on that end, or just share with them, hey, we're exploring our options for soliciting feedback?
Well, I can't speak to the council, I can just inform the council that the invite to the study session was sent to General Manager Butcher.
Okay.
So.
I'm not here. I recuse myself.
Okay,
Yeah, there's no action needed, so.
I'm back for the next agenda item, but
okay, well, I think we're ready for the bill list.
Yep.
okay, next item would be the bill list.
Anybody have any questions?
Anything?
I didn't have anything this time either.
Yay, we're getting better on making detailed notes.
And all the fun
But
stuff.
I'm also learning what things are. So I don't have to be like, why do we have an Amazon subscription? It's Prime's a bigger thing, than
Yep.
shipping and everything.
Yep.
All right, I move to approve the May 14th, 2026 check register containing checks 90203 to 90231 and ACH payments 252120 to 252170 and 514261 to 514263 in the amount of $295,483.24 in the pay period 9 check register. Containing checks 260-91001 to 260-91060 in the amount of $157,635.29 and the pay period 10 check register containing checks 261-01001 to 261-01097 in the amount of $168,435.55.
Nobody more?
I'll second.
We have a motion, any second, any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carries. So we'll move on to the administrator's report.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, a relatively short report. Sharon Sandberg was present along with Holly Martinson to share with the Airport Advisory Board meeting on May 4th the plans for the fly-in breakfast, which I think was very helpful. I was able to share the map with Bob and for his information. Per Fred Hiller, the Red Cross Volunteer Coordinator, the Sound the Alarm Replacement Plan program with USDP volunteers was very successful. He seemed very pleased with the outcome. They visited 14 homes comprising 43 clients and replaced installed 41 alarms and replaced one that was dated back as old as 1984. The year I graduated from high school. Had to be clear. We're working with some developers, so hopefully we'll see some more development movement. We held interviews this morning for the emergency management vacancy. We had folks from, besides Bob, Todd, and I, we had folks from the Department of Human Services, the Sherburne County Emergency Manager, and also one of our township residents. So it was a very good, diverse group. We had some good candidates, and we did make a decision. So hopefully I'll have a recommendation in a couple weeks. We did ask for an extension on the audit. The conversion from Bremer to Old National Bank has created some hiccups and speed bumps in terms of reconciliation that Lynn has been diligently trying to work through. She keeps finding and then losing money and then finding it again. So she's very dogged in her determination in terms of getting all that squared away. Legislature, not a whole lot. I don't think they accomplished a whole lot. One of the things that was in the tax bill from the Senate side was an adjustment to the local government aid formula, which would reduce our local government aid potential in 2027 by the grand total of $139. But that's on the Senate side. I didn't see anything to see if the House is doing anything, so stay tuned. And then upcoming meetings, I did miss the park board meeting on May 18th, which is happening at Ruby, I believe, so.
And HRA is having a meeting.
Oh, I forgot, yes, I forgot that meeting too. There's, it's their annual 19th, that's happening on the 19th, so. So I forgot 2 meetings, so not intentional. That's all I have.
Yeah. Well, maybe the legislature being so evenly split, it might be a good thing, you ain't getting nothing done.
It's possible.
That's my opinion. Yeah, it's good to hear there's movement again on West Plains and the school district.
Yeah.
That's a new one, so.
Yeah.
Always encouraging.
Yep.
Anybody else have anything for Michelle?
Now I will for the next meeting, apparently.
Okay, we'll move on to committee reports, and I know I have nothing. I do have a comment when we're done, when you guys are done, I just want to make a comment, not about a committee. General comment.
I have a park board meeting on the 18th. But I did have a Chamber of Commerce meeting on April 28th. A lot of discussion, obviously, about the Rum River Festival and things going on. So they currently have 60 entries so far for the parade. They don't have any signups yet for the big tug of war. And they have 18 people so far for the 5K, but I guess that is always slow for people to get signed up for that. They just finished up their leadership series, and I believe today was the last day. And they wanted to end it playing bank shot out at Rainbow Park. So they wanted someone from the park board to come and speak about all of our parks, but I contacted a whole bunch of park board members and none of them could attend, so I went and did it. So I gave them a big presentation about all of the parks in Princeton and what they have to offer and everything, so. And then they played bank shot and they really enjoyed it, I guess. I attended the State of the City and the State of the District reports from Superintendent Devine and Michelle, and they both did a wonderful job. Tomorrow there's an anniversary ribbon cutting out at Marv's, and then at 9 a.m. and then they're having a big party on the 16th. And that is all I have.
Michelle?
Planning commission will be on Monday, or next week.
And we covered the last one pretty good.
Yeah, this one seems a little more tame. Should be okay.
Yeah, just to segue off, Commissioner Darrell, I was also at the meeting, they addressed, what they call State of the City. Yeah, it was very well presented by Michelle and Pat. So. And the ribbon cutting tomorrow morning, the honor guard, American Legion honor guard, we're gonna be there at 8 o'clock in full dress. They're gonna do a flag raising in honor of John George. And my other comment I wanted to make was, I had the honor last night of, I think it's my 4th time, of presenting from the American Legion. Mr. Hatch and I, we do 3 $1,000 scholarships, and we also recognize anybody going into the military. We don't give them any scholarships, but we give them a little certificate of flags. But anyway, last night was the 4th time for me. So I just wanted to comment about what a great feeling it is to be at that event and see those kids and getting those awards. Really flattering and just uplifting to see that happening, and just honored to be a part of it. And they had $205,000 went out the door. Pretty much from local businesses and stuff, there's a couple of outsiders. Surprisingly, it only took 2 hours. Went very well. I just wanted to fill that in. Awesome. Anybody else?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So that carries.